Good evening. We'd like to welcome you to the admissions information session for our music department at the Alabama School of Fine Arts. My name is Geronda Little, and I'm responsible for outreach and recruitment. I'm joined tonight by our music department chair, Alex Hawkins, who will speak with you in just a moment. We want to let you know that this session is being recorded, so if you do not want your image shown, you are welcome to turn off your camera at this time. So, Mr. Hawkins, would you like to take it away?
Sure. Right. Good afternoon or good evening, everybody. It's wonderful to see you joining us. If you have a question, basically I think the way Zoom works, I think we just talk over each other. How's that? Or you can raise your hand. I know it's all that sort of stuff, but it's great to make a connection with you all in this today. The goal is to give you a little bit of information. I want to ask you guys a question first. Firstly, who in your family is interested? What grade are they in? What instrument they play? I'd just be curious to see who I'm chatting to. So anybody want to go first?
Feel free to unmute yourself. Go right ahead and unmute yourself.
Unmute if you don't mind having your image on the. That's great. I'd love to see you guys. Obviously, if not, that's entirely your choice. But I would like to sort of interact a little bit if we can. So we have two different people. Anyone want to go first? There we go.
I'm a ninth grader, and I play trumpet and piano.
Fantastic. Trumpet and piano. So what are you looking at as your main instrument, just for interest sake?
Trumpet.
Trumpet. Okay, great. Cool. All right. And your name? Let me just get that.
It's right there on the screen.
Well, it could be a parent or a guardian.
Oh, you're right. Sure. Sorry about that.
That's right.
Student.
Sorry, I didn't get your name.
I'm a student, Sanjana.
Okay, great. Sanjana, fantastic. And then I just got a chat in here as well. And fantastic. I think, did Sophie not come to Asper for a shadow day? I think I met her, and I've had some conversations with her over the last few weeks, which is great. That's what I thought. So I'm very excited that you're here today. So I'm going to talk a little bit, and then I think I'll take you on a very sort of bizarre virtual tour. I'll just walk through the music department so you can see our colorings of our floor, which I think is fabulous. It's bright green, and just give you a sort of an idea of just the music department. Kind of a weird tour, but nonetheless, we'll try it. The first thing is to talk about just what we do, who we are. Obviously, we're the Alabama School of Fine Arts. We're the music department. You all know that already. The students, when they come here, they have a fantastic opportunity to sort of embrace so many of their interests. I mean, they have a very strong core. We have a very strong core teaching as well. We do very well on the students do quite well on the standardized tests as well for university or college acceptance. And then we have in the afternoon. So how it works is you go to school at 8 o'clock. You start with your core subjects. You go till about 1:45, and then you come to music, or in this case, music. So everybody then goes to their specialty. And that's from 1:45 to 4:40 every single day. And during that time, what you will get is an opportunity to play in different ensembles. So we have an orchestra, we have a jazz ensemble, cross big band jazz ensemble, and we have a full choir. All our students sing in the choir, which is incredibly important for me, because that's an opportunity for young musicians to learn sort of different skills. It works their ear techniques, it works working in a big ensemble. It teach them about breathing, expressing themselves through sound. And then we also have what's the CDD, which is a women's vocal ensemble. We have also got, on top of that, those are our big ensembles. We also have a fantastic piano department where our students spend an enormous amount of time of practicing, working on accompanying, and working with Dr. Desa as our piano lecturer and our sort of piano faculty. And then we also do chamber music in the afternoons, as well as a class that we call musicianship. So if you're entering at the beginning of your sort of school career, be it middle school or high school, going into grade 9, you'll take a class called musicianship, which is where we look at things like ear training and theory, and we try and sort of give you a great way to understand music from an academic perspective, which really makes you a better musician. So the whole goal is to just immerse our students in making music, understanding music, and working together with people that are just like you, with their love of music, their love of working towards a common goal. We sort of immerse you in that in the afternoons, and you will leave quite tired, I think, but that's a good thing. It makes you want to really sort of come back, because it's a tired from really working at something, really learning something, and really being part of something quite spectacular. We're looking, each year at different ways of performing. So our large ensembles, we do a concert. We do at least 2 or 3, if not 4 concerts a year. We're looking at different spaces, different venues, different collaborators next year. We just finished our chamber music recital, where everybody that worked in chamber music got to perform for their peers and for family and friends and guests of the school. So I think what I'm trying to give you this sort of sense is just how wonderfully immersed you will be in your art and in your love of music, and that's why we're here, is to work on that. On top of all of that, you get the opportunity to take private lessons. You get a lesson a week with an expert in the field. We have a lot of wonderful adjunct as well as permanent staff. So our vocal students study with Ms. Spence. Ms. Spence is our choir director and vocal specialist. We are looking to make some connections with other vocal teachers over the next year or so as well. But she is definitely the head of our vocal department, and she is full-time and here every day working with our singers. Then our head of woodwinds and brass is Dr. Robert Jensen. He has been with us for, I think, 13 years now. So he really has given his life and soul to the students of this department, and he's had amazing success over his career with students, going on to great colleges, going on to do all sorts of different things. And the response we generally get from students over the years has been just unbelievably positive, and they all say that they owe quite a lot to Dr. Jansen for how much he's taken interest in them. So we have that sort of commitment in our faculty. And then, as I mentioned, our piano department is headed by Dr. Desai, who's been with us for quite some time as well, which also is a deep commitment to music and music education. And the rest of the instruments are taught by local musicians. We have members of the Alabama Symphony Orchestra, but not exclusively. We also have a number of people that are just experts in their own field outside the symphonic repertoire. They play chamber music. Many of them work nationally, if not internationally as well as musicians. So you get an opportunity to work with not just a great artist and a great educator, but you get to work with musicians that are actually still every day performing, learning new techniques, making new connections, and finding new ways to create music. And I think that's the faculty in particular is what I think is we are the most excited by, that we have to offer this one-on-one individualized attention in a space where we really try and allow our music students to find their voice, find the way they want to express themselves as a young artist and a young musician. That's a sort of a background of what we do. We have other electives. We're adding a composition elective for senior years. We look to create opportunities for our students to perform in public as well. We go out and we engage with different communities and different schools around the state. We have our students are involved in the Alabama Symphony Youth Orchestra, and also the All-State and the regional band, choir, jazz ensemble, as well as the orchestra. So we're very well represented in the state organizations as well. It's in fact very important for us that we are a central part of all the different state organizations, and we are part of the bigger educational picture. We do have the opportunity, though, to offer even more focused time and work because of the fact that we are this specialized arts high school. So, I mean, that's the background I can start with. If you have questions about the background of ASFA, how it all works, before I get into the audition requirements and things like that, I'm very happy to answer them now. If you want to ask a question, and I'll get into the admissions process a little bit in a moment as well. Any questions? I see we have somebody else joined us.
Yes.
Fantastic. The headline, the owner of this room is Jermaine. Who am I talking to when it comes to the young person interested in potentially coming to ASPA? No?
Feel free to unmute yourself.
Yeah. Sorry, unmute yourself. You can unvideo yourself as well if you wish.
Who were you talking to?
Jermaine.
Yes, hello.
Hi. I just want to introduce myself as Alex. I'm hoping you would be willing to introduce yourself as well, the person that's interested in coming to ASFA.
Yes, it's my daughter Chloe.
Fantastic.
She's still in elementary school, actually.
No, that's great.
But in the next couple of years, we're thinking about applying to the school, and so we just wanted to get some information just to see if we're headed in the right direction.
Fantastic. And what is Sophie's interest as an instrument?
She plays the piano right now.
Fantastic. That's
Yeah.
great. You know, that's something I would say, you know, especially if it's in elementary school, I would say if she's really interested, get in contact with Dr. Desa. Her contact details are on the internet. Send her an email and see if she'll meet her for a lesson. I'm pretty sure that all of our staff, especially our permanent staff, would love to meet anybody that's potentially interested in coming to ASFA. You know, make that one-on-one connection, and it'll help you you know, make your choice.
Yeah.
So go ahead and do that. It's great. Well, it's great to meet you both. There we go. Just up in the chat, I saw another question, but I think Geronda answered it.
And there's a question about the teacher recommendations. If you don't mind, I can take that one.
Okay, all good. All right.
Okay.
We'll get to the application process here in a minute.
Okay, we'll hold on.
What I just want to do is, if anybody has questions, if you're interested, I can take you on a brief tour. Hold on. Let me see if I can make this work. I'm going to turn my camera around. And you can see sort of, I told you there's a lime green floor. So, I don't know, that's kind of fuzzy. Let's see if I can make this happen. Switch cameras. All right, so, I've got my background set. Let me see if I can undo that. Background folder. There we go. Okay. Okay. So you can see we have this wonderful floor, and then we have the different studios. We have something like 12 different practice rooms. We have dedicated faculty. That's Dr. Jensen. He is our head of woodwinds and our clarinets and saxophone and jazz band. I'm just showing a few people around. And you see we have different practice rooms, and we have, that's one of our adjunct faculty teaching viola. And we have, we have these sort of bigger rooms where we do our classes. Downstairs, we have a recital hall, as well as a full theater that we have access to, a professional theater, the DJD theater, where we do all our big ensemble ensemble performances. We're very lucky in that we have this sort of professional level theater access to it as part of the whole school program. It runs not only professional shows, but it's also the place for all our ASFA productions. All right, so that's a little bit more about the whole place. Are there any more questions about ASFA as a whole? about the music department that you feel I haven't covered? No? Okay, great. I think I'm doing brilliantly then. Okay, great. With the application process, it is all online. And you'll see, depending on the level or the grade you're going to enter, there will be very specific requirements of scales and pieces and sort of level. Now, I think it's very important to say that is what, we're looking for that. It's a guideline. If you feel that, you're not quite sure if you're on that level, get in contact with the teacher or me, and we can talk through it. I'm fairly sure that we can find, we don't all do the same repertoire. I'm pretty sure we can find ways around that. So from the music department side, and I think I'll let Joanda deal with the bigger application, so I don't get anything wrong. Yeah. But certainly from the music department side, you send a video in to us, which is a pre-screening. You do that at home, wherever. And then what we'll do is we have a look at it. The teacher of that your specific instrument will also look at it, and they will say, we'll invite you to a live audition. And then from the live audition, we take it from there as to, whether you can be a part of the Ask for Music program. And at the outline of all that sort of the requirements and how to get it to us and stuff, that is all very much on the internet. And I think I'm gonna let Joanda take a few moments to just sort of explain that, the actual Ask for School process.
Okay, once you go to the website, askforschool.org, you will click on apply. And once that page comes up, you can create a password and a login, because you can go back and add to your application. You don't have to sit there and fill everything out at one time, but there are 4 basic parts to the application. You want to know your basic biographical information with your name, your school, your grade. We also have 2 essay questions. Tell us something special about yourself and why you'd like to study music at ASPA. In addition to that, we'd like to see a copy of your school grade. So you are welcome to enter the email address for your school counselor or anyone that can give us access to your grades from grade 6 and above. And then finally, as Mr. Falkins just mentioned, we want to see a video of you performing 2 to 3 of your favorite songs, but one needs to be classical in nature. And your video shouldn't be more than, say, 5 to 7 minutes long. There are also, there's a required piece of music that we'd like for you to learn for your instrument, or if you sing, there's a required vocal piece, and all of that information is listed on the website under the music application portion of the website. Someone asked about recommendations. Oh, were you going to say?
Sorry, I just want to jump in here. I know Sophie, for instance, had some problems with those. We have corrected any issues that were happening on our PDFs. There were a few very odd PDFs loaded up. It's all correct as far as we know. All right, so I just want to jump in on that because I know that came up as a problem. We have corrected that. Okay, sorry, Joanda, thank you.
And a parent had a question about the teacher recommendations. All we need from you is the email address for 3 teachers. You will enter the email address for your child's current English teacher or most recent English teacher, your child's music teacher, and then finally the teacher of your choice. Once you enter the email address, the software will send a recommendation form to those teachers. And so those teachers will complete that recommendation form, and it will come back to our principal's office where they will review all the information that you have submitted. Let me remind everyone now that the application deadline is Friday, January 28th. That's Friday, January 28th, which is the last Friday in January. We'd like for you to have everything submitted by that time, including your videos, as well as your online application. You will hear from us within 2 to 3 weeks of whether you're invited to the on-campus audition. And at the on-campus audition, that is where you'll get a chance to meet Mr. Falkins and the other music department faculty. And that's where you will perform the required piece of music that we'd like for you to learn as part of the audition. And usually by the third week of March, we will have decisions by our department chairs. So you will receive an email from our school registrar and our school principal, and they will inform you if you've been invited to enroll in the school in August. So that's a quick version.
We really in those auditions are looking for you to put your best foot forward. You know, we're looking for young people that have a passion for music and a passion to work at their art and their craft. So that's sort of my best suggestion is show us the best that you've got, and we can just take it from there. Are there any questions? I think we covered almost everything.
Okay. One thing I do want to mention is that we have something called student shadowing for anyone who has not had an opportunity to come on campus and take class with us. Both the academic classes and the music classes are available. Our academic day begins at 8 a.m., as Mr. Hawkins already said, and our music students are dismissed at 4:40 every day. We'll send you home with a letter stating that you took class with us, and some schools will allow that to be considered an excused absence. The way you sign up for shadowing is just go to our website, look under admissions, and scroll over to campus visits. And it's called Spend a Day at ASTA. We'd love to have you come and do that.
Yeah. Well, I know Sophie attended one already, and it was great to meet her. It's always wonderful to meet you in person and show you around. And you know, so and at the end of the day, coming to say hi and just I'm here to answer those questions. And let me just say again that if you have any questions about any of this and you don't feel that you can come up with them now, you are very welcome to email me as well. It's just, you see my name is Alexander Fockens. It's afokens@asfa.k12.al.us. You're very welcome to email me. I'll get back to you as fast as I can. At the moment, things are quite busy, so it might take a few days, a day or two, but I will get back to you.
Do you want to mention the most recent All-State students that have been invited?
Yeah, off the top of my head, which we really have. Yeah, thank you for that there, Geronda. It's now in the group. It's .us, be careful. As I said earlier, we've had quite a lot of success. Off the top of my head, we have let's see, I think 6 of our string players are playing in one of the All-States from one of our grade 7s the whole way to our grade 11 string players. We have I think 9 of our winds and brass were invited to All-State band and the different All-State orchestras and bands and regional bands as well. Had a number of them also got into All-State Orchestra, and then we also, we recently found out about another 8 or 9 of our students got into All-State Jazz Ensemble as well. So we do want you to audition for those different organizations because it's a wonderful opportunity for you to meet people from around the state, play in a massive ensemble with your peers from the whole way around Alabama, and which is a very important part of music and being a creative person is interacting with other people that have similar interests, making music together. You make your connections at those All-States for life. I'm originally from Cape Town, South Africa. I moved here, I think it's just about 2.5 months now. And I did live in the US for quite some time previously, but I can say a lot of my connections are still made from the years when I spent in the South African National Youth Orchestra and my state youth orchestra. These are artistic connections and just sort of human interactions that you will keep with you forever. And so we do encourage it, if not force you to take part, but we do encourage it. And at the moment, every single one of our vocal students got into the All-State choir. So that's a full house there. So we are very proud of our young people. We work very, very hard. On Friday night last week, we had a big ensemble concert, and then today we had a chamber concert and had their juries this week. It is a very busy time, but it's an exciting time if you love music, it's a wonderful time to be just going and performing all the time.
And I am going to put the corrected email address for Mr. Falcon in the chat. There is an S on the end of his name, and there is a period after .al.us.
Thank you, Geronda, for that.
Well, I'm going to stop the recording at this time, but please hang on. We want to thank you all for joining us this evening. I do want to find out where some of our participants are joining us from, so just hold on one second. But thank you for joining us this evening.